listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Please be sure to follow us on social media. We're active on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at The Nasty Table. Last session on The Nasty Table.
We've seen all that we got now. What do you think?
And I think you're dealing with a couple of sickos.
I got something. Cat guy.
Mangled, severed face.
Fucked up body.
I'm believing things
Because
that are
you're-
going on.
Develop the
so is
fucking
Jerry.
picture.
Like what?
So are some of
Like
your
what?
other peers.
Like
You're
what?
getting a
Doesn't
fucking
like-
raise because you stuck your neck out for
A
us.
raise?
Yeah.
1976, buddy.
Ah. Is he dead?
Do you want him to be dead?
What does Roy's boy pussy looks like it is? You have kept me out of the loop. What I can say, plainly, I'm proud of you for vetting the people that you trust.
Fuck all the new shit.
I haven't played that, but I wanna do it.
I'm specifically talking about like the prime Fortnite, like 2016. You know, like
Gold Scar was like as good as it gets.
2018.
I don't think the game was out in 2016.
I meant
20
2017.
The 2018
Yeah.
is when
Yeah.
I remember
It was
like popping
2017,
off.
right?
We
Oh,
were like
yeah,
we were like
maybe
freshmen in
2018-ish.
college.
Yeah,
and it
was
started
like
to
the
pop the fuck
fall
off.
Oh yeah,
of
maybe
freshman
maybe
year
like
probably.
18, 19, I guess.
Dude, I remember
It was probably end of 17.
18.
Because I remember
call it
not
2018.
playing anymore.
It
By
was
like,
probably-
I'm gonna call it.
all of 2018. It
You're
was,
probably right about
Everyone
it,
was
yeah.
playing it.
Yeah. Do you have white wine?
Yeah, there's a Pinot Grigio and a Chardonnay over there.
Nice.
I just love wine. I genuinely just think it's tasty.
I mean, last week we went through. I mean, between what
3
we
or
took
4
and
bottles.
drank, I think like 10.
Oh yeah,
Between
between
what
what
we
you
took and
took too, yeah. For the sake of quicker recaps, there's really only 2 things I want to talk about last session.
It wasn't full of green.
He was not full of grain. He had no black heart, black lungs, nothing of that
I
sort.
like oatmeal.
Tasty.
This oatmeal that
Oh,
they give me
it's
at Blue Coat is so
fucking
good.
tasty. Berries and cream.
Uncle Billy used to give me the best oatmeal. So good. Thanks for the oatmeal, Uncle Billy.
So, with Ray and Jerry stewing in the palpable angst of Dr. Davy Jones and Caleb and Roy stewing in much of the same from Lieutenant Longo, it's currently 10:30 in the morning. A1, Dr. Bastian Becker, is set to arrive to the station at roughly 5 o'clock p.m. Starting with Caleb and Roy, what do you guys want to do?
Are we on the bottom floor yet? Yeah.
Yeah. Just got done, cluing Lieutenant into what you've been doing at Weiss Clay's house.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. What should we do, Caleb?
Are these parents supposed to be coming here?
Lieutenant Longo said he was going to basically, set it up.
If you don't have anything, I'm okay with just waiting for the other guys.
Yeah, to get back.
Yeah.
That's okay for now.
I'm just sorting out paperwork I'm sure that we've missed over the past day or 2.
Okay, so you guys have about an hour left in this last canister. This is the canister of pictures from Weiss Clay's house. It's got all the detailed pictures from that. Unless he's interrupted, Davy Jones will proceed, develop all the pictures. 15 minutes go by, 30, 45, an hour, hour and a half, and eventually he's done.
So what time is this at when he's done?
So when he's done, it's going to be at 11:30.
Can I throw something in real quick just to check?
Sure.
Would I be able to get missing persons reports for anywhere? Or would that take a little bit?
You would be able to, yes. So you guys have access to the database for national missing persons reports. This is on a very, very archaic kind of prehistoric computer.
Mm-hmm.
You've been trained on how to use the database. You guys have not used it at all up till this point. but you would be able to go through the directories of other police stations that put out these missing persons reports for this database, the National Crime Information Center. Database made by the FBI that connects a giant federal database to state and local police departments. Missing persons, wanted persons, unidentified persons for identifying corpses, gang files, known suspected terrorists, sex offenders, etc. Easily accessible from this computer.
Cool. What I want to look at is Pittsburgh itself over the last 6 months, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing if they had any missing child report about anybody that matches Campbell.
So what is your description? What are the quantifying search?
You're looking, at this point, I guess, all that we have is male between the ages of 9 to 13.
That's all you search?
Yeah, I think that's all we have right now. They wouldn't have anything like dental records.
You look that up?
Yeah.
You get about a dozen results.
Any of them solved?
No, these are all unsolved.
Okay. Anything matching kind of the same way that this girl was taken?
You're going to spend the time to go through each individual case report?
Yes.
Looking for...
Leaving school, walking home, never made it back from school. And also the closest I can pin in on this date, too. On this December 19th.
Okay, you're taking your time to go through that. So once Davy Jones is finished, what do you guys do? He has them all dried, neatly set, looks towards the two of you.
Alright, Davey. I appreciate it. I'm gonna pack everything up. This is all we got. Head back to the station, continue with our investigation, and we'll let you know if we need you, but if we don't, we won't bother you anymore.
Okay.
You stay safe.
Kind of looks towards the ground, nods. You depart?
Yep.
You guys leave, headed where?
Station.
Station. Towards the station, leaving the morgue. Caleb, you don't find any cases under the specified, search criteria that you've set. No one leaving school who never made it back or anything like that. And none of them really come close to that date, December 17th. Ray and Jerry, you guys make it back to the station probably about like 12:45.
Walk downstairs, light up a cigarette,
Scatter these fucking
just kind of
photos.
throw. Well, no, I throw the canisters all out on the table.
Try to look at these pictures.
We got them all, boys.
Is everything?
Yeah, we might want to. I don't know, maybe take a conference room or something and
Let's do it.
start digging into
Let's look at
these.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. I walk over to a conference room, but I make sure the door is open because I don't want anyone looking in from the outside and us not knowing.
Okay. Set your guys up. Set yourselves up in a conference room.
Yeah.
Okay. Set all the pictures up on the table, organized by any kind of organizational pattern.
I guess in the order of the canisters is chronologically, right? Each canister. Yeah, and I also want to pull the doctored, messed up photos, for side investigation as well.
Gotcha. All right, all your photos are set up, kind of taking you all through your endeavors on the case thus far. Between Bobby's house for the first time and both the cars, RJ's house, the locker, Moise Clay's house, pictures from the conference, pictures of Mike McAllister's car as well. And you also have a picture of a few other cars. I believe you have a picture of Curtis Collins's car. Are you looking for anything in specific as you set these pictures up?
I guess I'm looking to see if I see any threads or patterns from the, canister 3 or 4 pictures, say, that are reoccurring in these older pictures. Now that we're finally seeing all of it, like I don't know, any reoccurring like settings at all, and backgrounds of just random pictures that we've seen. I don't. We have pictures of pictures and pictures of things. So
Yeah.
like there's I feel like it's easy to have overlooked like similarities that show up through pictures.
Okay. Is there a role you want to make that you think would be applicable?
I don't know. I mean, the way I'm describing it, like Ray is shooting in the dark as well. you know, so
just going through them.
Yeah,
It's going to take you some time to do it, but just going through each individual picture, trying to find patterns or things that you missed prior that now with additional context might make sense. You begin going through that process, and like I said, it's probably going to take you a little bit of time. Is there anything that anyone else is doing during this?
How long did it take me to come up with those Pittsburgh records? Would I still be doing that?
You probably just got done.
Honestly, I guess where Caleb's head's at is that he's... So it was weird, I guess what I was saying last session about the MO of the, of just taking a kid from school. We haven't seen that before. And trying to wrap my head around that. And also now that we know that they are attempting to decompose bodies in a regular way, that this kid might not have been in the river for 3 or 4 weeks. It's a possibility. So trying to put down a timeline of, and actual map of maybe them taking other people. So I guess my whole research would be like going big cities across, like I guess starting like Philadelphia on like the 15th to the 17th, then like Columbus on the 18th, Chicago, and kind of following that day by day in that like week span.
That's going to take you a very long time.
Yeah.
We're talking about like 4 or 5 hours.
It's time we got if we're just waiting for it's time I feel like I have right now.
Okay. You begin going through. Roy or Jerry, you guys doing anything?
And can
I just wanted to look through the pictures.
I'm
too.
sorry, what?
Change the age to 7 to 12.
7 to 12?
7 to 12, yeah.
Male and female?
Focusing on male, but if there was females taken in that period just like from school in that same fashion,
All right.
then also note them.
Just the cities or surrounding suburbs?
Focusing on the cities for now, because I'm sure suburbs would take hours. And hours
I'm
and hours
thinking.
and hours.
I'm thinking it might be an understatement to say 5 to 6 hours. I mean, this is very prolonged.
Yeah, start on it at least.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna say Jerry, if you help Ray with those pictures, I can help with Caleb's search to maybe reduce some of that time.
The only reason is that it's just at this single computer, so it's not like you can. It's not like you're going through filing cabinets. This is using NCIC.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, I'll look through all the laid out pictures as well then.
Okay.
I know that Ray kind of just had like some kind of motive while he was searching, but if there's like a way where I can maybe in these pictures see if there are any faces that at the time we didn't recognize, maybe, where now if we would see a face, maybe we would recognize.
It's kind of what I was thinking about, like the pictures at the press conference. Like if there's anything that pops out that we just didn't catch that or just happened to be caught on camera.
True.
Can I go back to, I guess, in the general check?
Mhm.
Anything with Weiss Clay's journal that we may see pop up in older pictures that may seem relevant to what he said?
Gotcha. So you guys begin going through that. The first thing that you notice, and this is over the course of probably about 45 minutes, you guys doing this. Roy, you recognize 2 figures at the press conference. You did not recognize then, you recognize them now. They were the men who were following Dan Winters after he visited. I mentioned that there were 2 other uniformed officers that left with him.
In the crowd.
In the crowd. 2 of them, they both appear in the press conference in the crowd.
Okay, what are they wearing?
Crowd, that's
Uniforms?
They're wearing uniforms, yes.
Okay. Okay. And these were Minnesota police officers.
Minneapolis.
Yeah, Minneapolis. Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
You also do notice something else, which I'm going to write on a piece of paper and hand to you.
Okay. In that meantime, I tossed the pictures with the 2 cops in the crowd to Jay. It's fucking Ray and Jerry like fused. Like,
Jay and Rary.
yeah. To Jerry and Ray, and I'm like, check this out. Look, these faces. They were here this morning with Dan Winters.
This is something else that Roy notices going through the pictures.
Okay. Okay.
Other than that, there's nothing else that sticks out. There's nothing from the journal mentioned. There's no blue coda. There's no none of those symbols pop up anywhere. What you have is proof of your investigation. At this point, none of the stuff from RJ's or the storage locker hold any more meaning than they did then. There's no other faces that you guys recognize either in the crowds or in the pictures. You guys spend about 45 minutes going through all these.
What do we think about these damage develops? I think I told y'all earlier that I'm not opposed to just going down to some, I don't know, whatever camera shop or whatever, get these developed by someone professional. Well, not developed, but try and get them repaired. If they can't repair them, they don't see anything. If they do, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
I'm okay with that. You could, you know, put on some kind of disguise on and, you know, give whatever reason, or you don't have to give any reason. But I'm okay with that.
Whoever does that's gonna see the photo. You're aware of that, right? Like,
Yeah. We gotta see that photo.
what about the person that sees it?
I don't know how
This
else.
isn't Curtis
I don't know how else we're gonna see this photo, man.
or Davey. Sorry.
He couldn't do it. I mean, he's not a pro. He tried his best. I don't know if that was, you know.
I know, but if some random civilian sees a picture of Caleb's body choking against the wall, what are they gonna do?
I don't know, man. Make something up. Some type of film project. I don't know, man. We're really shooting in the dark here, but we need to see what's
I
on
don't
this
think we can
picture.
get fingerprints on it.
I mean, it's changed hands so many times. Now we can try and get fingerprints on it.
Also, who's gonna run those prints for us? Minnesota does, or Minneapolis does that for us. How does Davey's like skill set seem in terms of this craft photography?
He seems very adept at it.
Okay.
Skilled and knowledgeable.
So we would need like fucking Van Halen of craft photography to get
If
this
it's
shit
even
off.
possible.
Okay.
Because the way that he kind of said it was not, I wasn't able to do it, but more like, I'm not able to do it because like it can't really be done.
What's over it? Black paint?
Do you explain what Davey said?
Yeah.
He basically said that it was screen ink, like printing ink, that was applied in multiple light layers. So the negative's completely black.
Yeah. Okay.
We might just be beat on the pictures.
We might be.
Those specific ones. I mean, we know what we saw, but unfortunately might not ever be able to prove it.
There's a knock on the door frame of the conference room. Lieutenant Longo. So I just had someone from investigative tear that lie detector apart, and it's not bugged at all. I looked at it, I looked at the casing, I looked at everything. No sort of listening devices or anything like that. Put it back together, so if we want to use it, we can.
Alright, that's good.
Yeah. Are those, Did Dan Winters say he was going back to his office today?
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess those officers went with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's good. We have a good piece of equipment.
Kind of nod my head over the table.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take a look at all of our evidence that we've gathered so far, we finally got these developed per Davy. You can
Alright.
see anything? I don't know.
Let me take a look. He begins looking them over. Looks like Weiss had a lot of files. What were in them?
A lot of research. Well, a lot of it was, technical papers and research and stuff like that from his professional life, which we can kind of confirm with whoever is coming down. What's his Bastian Becker.
Bastian Becker.
But the flag that was raised, the file alphabetized A, was missing a lot of stuff. Like someone kind of came in and grabbed it. It was out of place.
I finished going through his journal. It mentions AP.
Yeah.
Could be initials for someone.
Yeah, it sounds like AP is whoever's on the nameplate of that coffin. I don't know. We got to do some digging into this Greek stuff. None of us seem to be too knowledgeable on it, but it seems to be very, very important in whatever's going on, and that's what Clay was on to.
You said the Becker from the journal, he's coming here?
Yeah, he should be here at about 5 p.m.
Where's he based?
Works at University of Chicago? Yes, University of Chicago.
He's coming all the way here?
He is.
Alright. He works at the University of Chicago?
That's right.
He teaches there?
He's a professor.
What does he teach?
Anthropology.
Anthropology. Alright. I mean, so even if you guys do find out, through this guy, what Weiss was up to, I mean, where do you go from there?
Well, there's a few routes that we could take, but I think one important potential route is the one that we talked about earlier this morning, about potentially Blue Coda.
Whatever it is, whether it's a warehouse, hideout, nightclub, bar, whatever, don't just go there. I know you have the address, but at least try to be smart about it.
I think, are we in a conference room or like an interviewing? Like
In a conference room.
Okay. Lieutenant, can we,
Still keeping, eyes out to see if anyone's walking past or anything like that.
okay. Look, to be transparent with you, I look around at everyone, right? Nod my head like, look, if we do plan on doing this, we don't plan on doing it on the clock. Or in uniform, for that matter.
You have to be very careful with that, because if anybody catches you, if Minneapolis catches you, this case is done. The case doesn't exist anymore.
That's right.
I don't think I need to tell you that, right? So, whatever you choose to do off the clock, just understand that you are gambling with this case as currency.
Understood.
So, other than that, I mean, what do you think about all this right now? What are we dealing with?
I mean, all I could think of is some type of cult activity. They're sacrificing children. Clearly, at this point. It's a group of people. We have multiple suspects on this. We have something here. We just don't quite understand what happened in that storage locker.
Does it matter?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like bites his tongue. Alright. Okay. What's your guys' next step?
I actually have a request, maybe, that you could help out with, Lieutenant. Those... I show him the picture with the two officers in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
In uniform.
Yeah.
Do you have a... I mean, they weren't stationed here the day of this press conference. You know, what reason would they have to show up? Is this normal for out-of-county officers to show up for a conference like this?
Well, I mean, you and I know why they were here, but the plausible deniability is they were just here as a nicety, the same way that Captain Thornton was here. State Police was there at the conference, so...
Is it possible that we could do the same thing? Going there as a nicety?
Describe nicety.
Offering our expertise on, related cases or any related subject matter.
The question is going to come up why you're not working on the case here.
That's true. But what were they doing? Why weren't they working on their cases?
I get it, but they're both captains. They don't really do a lot of legwork.
Yeah. Well, in terms of next steps, I mean, gonna keep looking through these photos, and I know Caleb's searching for Pittsburgh. What are you searching for, Caleb? What are you searching for, Caleb?
Missing kids, missing child reports from anywhere in the last 3 weeks, month, in the area from Pittsburgh to right here.
Kind of comes closer to you. Like, how does that interaction work? Because you're down in the VCU. That's where that computer is.
Kind of turn around because I'm sure they're not too far up the stairs.
Well, they're in a conference room.
Oh, I thought he called to me.
Yeah, I peeked my head over the door.
Ran back.
Yeah.
Longo comes up to you and says, "That's something you can hand off to somebody else. I mean, that's busy work. We need you actually doing case stuff."
Yeah. If you got somebody. My other thought today was I don't want to point to the note that we found in Bobby's car about Wednesday same place swaps. Is it far-fetched to have people watching locations today?
No, that's absolutely something we can do.
Do we have enough? I mean, does anybody know? I'm thinking storage locker, Bobby's apartment, Cavalry Club. I don't know if there's any other meeting places that we know of.
Trailer park.
Trailer park,
RJ's house.
RJ's house.
They clean that shit up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I will say, if we're operating under the same assumption, that is correspondence between two men who are not around right now.
Yeah, I agree, but I think we've all...
If there's more people involved, it's a good idea.
That's my thought, is that I think we figured out that this is maybe above them. Above Bobby, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So sending somebody on his behalf to swap. At this point, it can't be pictures, right?
Who knows?
That was the original thought, but is Bobby still working for pictures? I know he had them, but if he's in the business of stealing kids... And I'm under the assumption that this isn't an old note, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe not even stealing kids, maybe buying kids with their parents' own consent.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, unless... Can I pull up the we still have the Quick Store employee log records.
Yep.
Is there any, from... Yeah. From the 17th. The week, the 17th, around the 17th. Did he have any, days log that he was at work?
Yeah.
He was there at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there at work. His schedule was from the 14th to the 19th.
He worked every day?
Every day.
Okay. So, I mean, it couldn't have been him that took these kids, but... Unless Bobby was the handoff guy. Unless Bobby was acquiring children.
Meanwhile, a girl from Pittsburgh goes missing. From fucking Pittsburgh. That's not Bobby.
Let's go to the library or something. Let's look up this Greek shit. I think that's our biggest question mark in this whole thing. It seems to be pretty present in the whole damn case. All the freaky shit that's been going on. So in the coffin, you got some damn relic in your desk. I kind of look around. It's all over Weiss's notebook.
Did, who? Was that you and Jerry that dug that up?
Yeah.
Did we see it yet?
I think you might have saw it this morning.
Okay.
I can show you again. Look at this.
Whoa, my god. Grain. No, I'm just playing.
Whenever there was a bag of gems that they had in the D&D campaign, and whenever like someone mentioned like, oh, well, we still have that bag of gems, Paul would always go, you mean these?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I guess I would ask if I could pawn somebody off onto this, somebody that I trust sitting downstairs in our...
Dwayne Gaines.
Yeah. See if I can, get him to look through that, explain what I'm looking for.
Yep. You relay that information, he
Yeah.
agrees, and he starts going through.
Is there a university library, or would it just be like a town library?
There's a public library.
Would we think that they would have any Greek history information?
As much as the average library.
I mean, it's worth a shot. Unless
agree.
you want to go back to Weiss's house and try and deduce from his other documents what might be missing, but maybe we should just go to the library, at least at first.
Yeah, I agree.
To the library. There's a couple public libraries. The largest one isn't too far from the police station. Linwood Public Library. Make your way in. It's a fairly large library, but not much bigger than one you would find in like an average high school. There's several separate sections that separate fiction, non-fiction, historicals, biographicals? Biographies. There's also a reference section that has, like, strictly, in your terms, like, research-related topics. What are you looking for, and what are you doing? Do all four of you guys go to the library? I'd like to establish that as well.
I feel like
I don't think it would be bad if we all went and just tried to all look for different things. Like, we'd cover our ass.
Sure.
they're fun.
So what are you guys looking for?
Well, just for starters, I'm looking at going by titles, or I guess going by any metric of sorting. I'm looking at all the A's of everything that's in, anything to do with Greek history and mythology, lore. Yeah, like maybe specifically trying to like names, nouns, right? Like,
Would there be anything like a Rosetta Stone type translator that we can look at?
Yeah, go on google.com/translate.
No, if there's any
A-
books about
No,
it.
a Greek
Do they have
to
like a Greek
Greek to
dictionary?
English dictionary.
Did you bring the pictures with you? Are you not letting these out of your site still?
Mhm.
Yeah. See if I can get a piece of scratch paper, start figuring this out. The name on the coffin.
Okay. You start. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Jerry, Roy, anything specific that you're doing?
I want to just go through the entire fucking Greek section, and I want to look at all the pictures. No, I want to look to see if I can find the little logo.
That symbol?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere.
Roy?
I want to, maybe Ray just said this, but Greek gods and goddesses with the letter A. Did you say that?
I mean, I imagine that's like the broadest task, right?
Yeah.
Like so we can both.
Well, are you looking at
Kinda
the
hit that.
dictionary? What are you doing?
Yeah, dictionary.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
We don't really know what we're trying to find. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
They have a goal, so.
So, how much time are you guys comfortable spending here?
What time is it now?
Noon.
I mean, we don't really have anything else today.
2 hours. Hour and a half.
I would actually say probably closer to like 12, 15,
And what time is
5 o'clock.
But he's going to be at our office
Yes.
at 5 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. So I figure we could do this, and then we can go check Weiss's house, and then head back at 5.
We could have Becker meet us at Weiss's house.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
Didn't you say he was kind of like emotional on the phone when you even brought up Weiss's well-being?
Yeah, we haven't cleaned out his.
If he even had
Full
the
remains.
littlest bit of curiosity to go upstairs, that
I
would
mean,
not be a good sight.
We can ask him if he wants to go to the house after we tell him here.
he has Becker's, also an anthropologist, so you can imagine going into his study. Maybe he would be able to pick out what's missing a lot better than us. I agree. His study is right next to the room where his rotting corpse was. But at some point, if Becker can get in that room, I don't see it hurting. I see it helping.
Oh, I agree.
I do.
We
yeah.
should totally just start out at the station though, and ease
Sure.
into everything because we don't need another Davy Jones, someone locking up on us.
I also want to know, do we have any advantage to, this is off topic, but I agree. I think that would help. Is there any advantage to... Because we got no dental, like, recovery from Weiss Clay. Would there be an advantage to having any kind of dental from him? I don't think there would be. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, but
I think
aren't
there
all his
would
teeth
be.
blown out of his head? Doesn't he not have any teeth?
Yeah,
Well, he
his
swallowed
teeth are just gone.
He swallowed a molar.
Yeah, didn't we ask about that? Didn't we tell him to check the
Was that not a
stomach?
while ago?
Yeah, in
Did I
1970.
not say that, or was I just thinking that?
Did not say it. I didn't hear that.
I thought I asked him to check his stomach to see if he did swallow the molar.
However, I mean, in regards to what he said about the autopsy and internal examination, you would guess that he checked the stomach contents and probably would have said, "Hey, I found a tooth."
Yeah.
I feel like if they found the grain before, then yeah.
How long ago did he say he swallowed that molar?
April of 1970.
Oh, okay.
He
So it's been
shit
a
it
while.
since then, bro.
Okay.
Probably.
I was thinking it was recently. We're saying all this in the library, right?
Hush tones. At a library level.
He's just got a
We
tooth jammed
took a
in his
study room.
intestines for
Yeah, you guys took a
months.
study room.
Anybody watching us?
No.
You never
It's
know.
mostly empty.
You never know.
I just love this picture of like you guys all set up with books in like a study room, and like Ray comes in and you're smoking a cigarette in the library, like carrying piles of books, putting them down.
Roy's got his glasses, reading glasses. they're like on the edge of his nose. He's looking down.
Yeah. Oh my god. Does anyone have their uniforms on?
I think we all
For
would,
this?
right? I didn't change.
I mean, I'm not wearing
I
like, a
didn't
cop
change.
uniform, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in like casual with the badge, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So, you guys spend probably about 2 hours in here doing a decent amount of research. Here's what you're able to come away with. As far as Greek deities that start with the letter A, it's very heavy. There's a lot. Apollo, Athena, Aphrodite, Ares, Atlas, a decent amount of gods. However, you do find references to the names of these gods in Greek. None of them match. With that being said as well, based off of looking for that symbol across all these reference books, you do not see it once. The closest that you find is the symbol of Demeter, which is the god of, it's a female god of harvests and like it's fertility and stuff like that, and the seasons. This is that symbol. There's several symbols that are related to her. That's one of them, which just looks like that plant stalk, which is similar to this plant stalk, but in your case, this symbol has that plant stalk in an eye. Finding a translation proves difficult. It's definitely not a word that is in a typical Greek dictionary. The closest word that you find is the word áψοκος.
How do you spell it?
APSOGOS. And it's got a little pronunciation key in there, which means perfect. There's a few key differences in this word compared to the word that you're trying to find. Mainly the ending of áψοκος is different than what you see that you're referencing. And I'm sorry, Roy, were you looking into anything specific too?
I was also looking at the Greek gods and goddesses with the A.
Yeah.
So that stalk is or whatever, plant stalk, is that the same? Is it an identical symbol to what's in the eye?
No, it's the closest thing.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that you guys are sharing all this information amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something.
Can we? Did you find any symbols of just the eye?
No.
What if I went back and did another search for áψοκος and looked for a symbol for that?
No, you don't. That doesn't come up in any of their searches.
Does it come up with anything relating to gods, or does it just seem like kind of just a word?
It's the word for perfect.
Yeah, I'm saying, does it seem related in any of their searches when I bring it up to any of the
No.
gods? Okay.
Can we search other
It's Demeter.
Demeter? Can we search other mythologies? Like,
You expand the search.
fucking Roman, Egyptian. Like, that looks Egyptian to me. This symbol. Did we say it looks Egyptian? Regardless, it looks Egyptian to me.
Can I see the note?
Yeah.
Journal.
You expand the search to different mythologies, different pantheons?
Yeah, like nothing really specific. I mean, it looks Egyptian. I mean, if we could start with Egyptian,
Yeah.
but I'm not married to, like, it could be any mythology.
You start with Egyptian, and it's pretty quick to find like the closest thing, which would be the Eye of Ra or the Eye of Horus.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the listening audience, somebody describe that symbol in detail.
I got it. This is the right way to look at it?
Yes.
So there's a circle with the little leafy green symbol that is the symbol of Demeter. We figured out. And then basically...
One of the symbols of Demeter.
Okay. One of the symbols of Demeter. And then basically on top of it, connecting just like the top of the circle, is basically a Nike swoosh, but in one line. Going this way to the right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Nike swoosh.
Did we say that this
Just do it.
was what was on the coffin?
Yes.
This is what was written on the coffin?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a scrawling in the Journal of Weiss Clay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't find anything where I could translate literally letter for letter or symbol for letter.
It's not really a
thing. Okay.
The best you could probably do is, since you're spending that amount of time, you could probably get the pronunciation. Is that something that you are interested in?
Sure.
Áψοκος. And like I mentioned, the closest thing is the word for perfect, which is áψokos.
Maybe,
What do you know? I'm not fucking translating shit. I'll say...
He's like, I know what that means. It means fuck kids in Greek.
it's really close to perfect.
No, I don't know anything. I mean, we're all on the same page. No, I'm just playing. We are. We are.
If we're going back to Weiss's to look, maybe he had something on this Demeter character. Didn't seem like the D's were messed with, right? Just this áψοκos, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was those papers that were out on the desk, too. It was about the Aegean Sea. You can kind of maybe dig in there. I don't know. I mean, glance at them. I don't know how hard... I don't know how hard I looked at them. I don't know if he had any footnotes or highlighted stuff in there. I mean,
No, you checked that they weren't, like, marked in any way.
That didn't come up in anybody's research, right? Nobody saw anything
What?
about the sea when we were going through?
Yeah, well, it's like the whole...
Yeah, but connected to what you were looking for already.
Yeah.
This may be a shot in the dark, but can we look up if there are any all right, an island that is associated with one guy? Because usually what am I trying?
What are you doing?
What
What are you doing?
This is more Alex than Roy. I can't even say it.
So then don't. You pipe down, Greco.
Greco.
Can we look up any islands where they fuck kids? Fuck was Epstein doing in the 70s?
Greek shit, apparently.
Who do you think the final boss is?
Yeah, if you guys want to go back to Weiss's, pour through his, see if we can make any connections to what we saw today.
Yeah. That's our move. Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Hopefully, no one tampered with
Fucked
the
with it,
house.
Yeah.
So you guys are heading to Weiss Clay's house?
Yeah.
En route to the scene of the most recent crime to date, Weiss Clay's house. A successful foray to a local library, slightly illuminating a sliver of light to shine onto this case. That's where we're going to pick up next session.
I feel bad. That's probably boring as shit to listen to. We didn't do nothing.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LFVCU, a Nasty Table production.